Hello everyone and welcome back to English everyone. I'm Nika, your guide for today's lesson. If you're new here, know that we upload fresh English learning videos every single day to help you boost your language skills faster. In this episode, we're not just going to work on your English listening, we're also going to dramatically improve your speaking and, most importantly, your thinking in English. Today, we're tackling one of the most powerful abilities for true fluency and understanding: how to naturally think in English. We'll walk through practical examples and exercises that will show you how fluent speakers process thoughts in English, how to break free from mental translation, and how to make English an automatic part of your daily existence. Whether you're navigating a new city, ordering food, or simply observing the world around you, learning to think directly in English is one of the quickest ways to sound genuinely fluent and confident. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for training your mind to operate in English, and I'll share actionable tips you can use every day to cultivate this vital skill. Before we jump in, please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon if you want more valuable English learning content like this. Grab something to write with, and let's get started. Many English learners worldwide face a common hurdle. Despite years of study, when a real conversation starts, they find themselves mentally translating from their native language into English. This internal process wastes precious time, slowing down their speech. It also often causes confusion and leads to errors. When you're translating in your head, you're not truly speaking English fluently. You're still thinking in your first language and merely converting words. Genuine fluency begins when your thoughts form directly in English, allowing you to express ideas smoothly without hesitation or internal translation. This is exactly the skill we're going to develop today. Thinking in English isn't just about speaking faster. It's about feeling comfortable and confident in English in every aspect of your life. When your mind begins to function naturally in English, you'll speak more quickly, understand more deeply, and even connect with English-speaking cultures more effectively. This opens the door to authentic confidence and fluency. But how do you start thinking in English? Is it a skill that only develops after many years of intense study? The answer is a clear no. You can begin cultivating this ability today. All it takes are the right methods and consistent practice. Understanding how our brains learn languages makes it clear how we can acquire this skill. When you were a child learning your first language, you didn't translate. You simply heard words repeatedly in various situations. You instinctively linked those words to actions, emotions, and objects around you. Gradually, your mind began to think automatically in that language. The same learning process can happen with English, regardless of your age or native tongue. You need to forge direct connections between English words and your own thoughts, actions, and emotions. Instead of linking English words to their equivalents in your native language, connect them straight to your personal experiences. Let's start with a very simple exercise right now. Imagine you're at a bustling airport. Notice the items nearby: a suitcase, a passport, a ticket, a plane. Instead of forming the thought in your language and then translating, simply identify the English words in your mind as you observe each object. suitcase, passport, ticket, plane. Try to continue this practice throughout your day. When you're boarding a train, see a seat and think seat. Spot a sign and think sign. Notice a guard and think guard. This is the foundational step to begin training your brain to think directly in English. Once you're comfortable labeling objects, move on to simple actions. When you're checking in, think check in. When you're waiting in line, think wait in line. When you're listening to an announcement, think listen to announcement. These short, simple phrases help you establish a direct link between English and your physical actions. With consistent effort, your brain will begin to automatically use English words for everyday activities. Next, we can practice describing what's happening around us. For example, if you're sitting in a waiting lounge, sipping a drink, you can silently narrate. I'm sitting in the lounge, I'm drinking juice. The juice is cold, it tastes sweet. The lounge is busy. By describing your own actions and immediate environment in basic English sentences, you're teaching your brain to interpret your world directly in English. Let's try an example together. Imagine you're exploring a vibrant market. You could silently think these sentences in English. I am walking through the market. The vendors are calling out. The stalls are full of goods. I see fresh fruit. I hear the chatter of people. I smell delicious food. These brief descriptions paint a vivid mental picture and naturally help you practice thinking in English. Another effective technique is to engage in self-talk in English throughout your day. For instance, when you're planning your route on a map, think in English. I need to find the station. I will take the bus. I should check the schedule. Or when you're thinking about a conversation you had, think, today I spoke with a shopkeeper. We talked about the prices. After that, I bought some souvenirs. These internal dialogues are simple yet incredibly powerful. They help your brain use English effortlessly in real-life situations. Now, let's incorporate visual imagination. When you picture a scene in your mind, try to describe it using English words. For example, if you imagine yourself at a serene mountain retreat, you could think, the mountains are tall, the sky is clear, I hear the wind in the trees, I feel peaceful. Visualizing and then describing scenes strengthens the connections between mental images and English words, much like a fluent speaker's brain functions. An excellent way to foster English thinking is to ask yourself questions in English and then answer them, also in English. Start with straightforward questions like, what time is it? It is 3 o'clock. What am I doing? I'm exploring the city. Where am I going? I'm going to the museum. As your confidence grows, you can move to more complex questions such as, what did I see yesterday? Yesterday I visited the temple. We saw ancient statues. We learned about history. This type of internal conversation significantly develops your English thinking skills. Let's do a quick example together. Ask yourself these questions and answer them silently in English. What is my favorite city? My favorite city is Tokyo. Why do I like it? I like it because it's vibrant and has great food. When do I usually visit it? I usually visit it during the spring. Who do I go with? I go with my friends. This exercise encourages you to form more elaborate and meaningful thoughts in English. Consuming English content, both listening and reading, also boosts your English thinking. When you listen to English podcasts or watch videos, strive to grasp the meaning directly without translating. Focus on the main points and emotions. The more you immerse your brain in English, the faster it will learn to think in the language automatically. Similarly, when you read books or articles in English, visualize the scenarios and understand the concepts directly in English, bypassing your native language. Another valuable exercise is to mentally review your day in English before you go to sleep. Reflect on everything you did from morning to evening. You might think, I woke up at 6, I packed my bag, I travelled to the airport, I had a long flight, I arrived at the hotel and relaxed. By recounting your day in English, you practice thinking about past events in English, which reinforces your ability to express yourself clearly. At this point, you might wonder if making grammar mistakes while thinking in English is an issue. The answer is no. When you practice thinking in English, it's perfectly fine to make minor grammatical errors. The primary objective is to build fluency and comfort first. Accuracy will naturally improve with more experience. Don't stress about perfection, just concentrate on conveying your ideas clearly. Here's another useful tip. Change the language settings on your phone, computer, and frequently used apps to English. When you see menus, notifications, and messages in English daily, your brain quickly adapts to using English in practical contexts. For example, seeing the word settings on your phone rather than its translation directly links the English word to its function. This constant exposure helps embed natural English thinking habits. Let's try another quick example together. Imagine you are navigating a new subway system. You can think, I'm looking at the map. I need to find the correct line. I am buying a ticket. The train is coming soon. I will get off at the next stop. These simple thoughts seamlessly integrate English into your daily routine. A highly effective way to enhance your ability to think naturally in English is to practice short storytelling in your mind every day. Choose a small event from your life and narrate the story to yourself in English. For instance, if you want to recall a visit to a famous landmark, you could think, yesterday I went to the Eiffel Tower. I took a taxi there in the morning. The weather was clear. At the tower, I saw many tourists. I took many photos. I bought a small souvenir. It was amazing. By mentally recounting brief, simple stories, you're strengthening your ability to organize thoughts and express past events in English without mental translation. This is excellent preparation for real conversations and boosts your confidence. To further deepen your English thinking, describe your feelings and emotions throughout the day. Notice how you feel and articulate it to yourself in English. For example, I feel happy today. I'm excited to explore. I feel a little tired after a long journey. I'm relaxed now. I'm enjoying my meal. Expressing emotions helps you build stronger personal connections with English, making it feel like a truly organic part of your life. You can also use English to outline your goals and future plans. For example, today I will visit the local market for 2 hours. I will try new foods. Tomorrow I will take a cooking class. This weekend I will go hiking. By using English for planning, you're training your mind to use the language for future-oriented thinking, which is another crucial aspect of fluency. When you have free time, engaging in simple English thinking games can be beneficial. One easy game is to pick a letter from the alphabet and list as many words as possible that start with that letter. For instance, if you choose C, you might think coffee, car, city, camera, cloud, culture. This exercise improves your vocabulary recall and keeps your mind actively engaged in English. Another game involves describing an object in as many ways as you can. Take the word backpack. You could think, a backpack is useful. It is blue or red. It is big. It is for carrying things. I like to carry my backpack. Backpacks are convenient. By fully describing objects, you practice using adjectives, verbs, and other parts of speech in a fluid way. Developing a habit of writing a short diary in English every day is also very helpful. It doesn't need to be long or perfect. Just jot down a few sentences about what you did, how you felt, and what you plan to do. For example, today was a great day. I explored a new neighborhood. I learned about local traditions. I ate delicious street food. The weather was perfect. I feel satisfied with my progress. Writing helps you organize your thoughts in English, which in turn improves both your writing and speaking skills over time. It's also important to practice thinking in English when you're in different moods. For instance, when you're happy, you can think, I feel so happy today. The sun is shining. Everything looks wonderful. When you're feeling down, you might think, I feel a little sad today. It was a challenging day. I hope tomorrow will be better. If you're excited, you can think, I feel excited because something new is happening. I can't wait to see it. Practicing in varied emotional states makes your thinking more flexible and natural. An advanced technique is to form opinions in English silently in your mind. For example, you might think, I like this restaurant because the food was tasty. I don't like that souvenir because it's too expensive. In my opinion, traveling is very important. Expressing opinions helps you develop more complex and meaningful thoughts in English, which is vital for fluent communication. You can also mentally rehearse conversations in English. Imagine meeting a local and thinking, hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. What did you explore today? I went to the park. It was pleasant. Imagining dialogues prepares your mind for real-life speaking situations. You can even practice specific scenarios like asking for directions. Excuse me, how can I get to the station? Is it far? Thank you. These imagined conversations provide you with useful phrases and build confidence for actual interactions. A crucial point to remember is that it's better to think in simple, clear English than to struggle with overly complex sentences. Basic phrases like, I am walking down the street or I like this building are incredibly powerful for building fluency. As you grow more comfortable, your sentences will naturally become longer and more detailed. Don't feel pressured to speak like a fluent speaker from the outset. Prioritize clarity and simplicity first. Let's do another practice example together. Imagine you are at a bustling train station. You can think, I'm at the train station. The platform is crowded. I see many people with bags. I hear the train's whistle. I am waiting for my train. I feel anticipation and excitement. I look at the departure board. The train is on time. These straightforward thoughts describe your experience clearly and help your brain practice English naturally. One more technique is to listen to English music and consciously try to understand the lyrics directly. You can sing along or reflect on the song's message. This connects English words with emotions and rhythm, making it easier to remember and think in English later. Watching English movies or TV shows with English subtitles is also very helpful. When you read and listen simultaneously, you can grasp the meaning more quickly without translating. Try to silently repeat short phrases after hearing them. For example, if a character says, "How are you doing?" you can silently echo it and consider when you might use it. This builds a repertoire of natural phrases and expressions in your thinking. Another tip is to maintain a vocabulary notebook where you jot down new words along with short sentences using them. If you learn the word fascinating, for instance, you could write, "This book is fascinating to read." When you review these sentences later, try to recall the meaning and say them in your mind without looking at the translation. Finally, remember that thinking in English is a skill that improves with consistent practice, not instantly. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey. Even if you begin with just a few words and simple sentences, you are making progress. The more you practice, the more intuitive it will feel, and soon you'll find yourself thinking in English without even trying. Another exceptionally powerful exercise for boosting your natural English thinking is to describe your surroundings as you move through your day. For example, when you wake up in the morning in a new hotel room, you can think, "I am getting out of bed. The room is bright. I open the curtains. The city is waking up. I see the sunlight on the buildings. The sky is grey." These brief descriptions establish a habit of observing your world and narrating it internally in English. As you prepare for the day, you can think, "I am brushing my hair. The water is warm. The mirror is clean. I am getting ready for my day." These types of observations keep your mind active and integrate English into your daily life. When you're exploring a new neighborhood, describe everything you see. For example, "I am walking down the street. I see colorful houses. There is a small cafe. People are sitting outside. A child is playing with a ball. The trees are blossoming. The flowers are fragrant. I hear street musicians. I smell fresh pastries from a bakery." These detailed thoughts help you link English words to genuine experiences, making the language feel more authentic and vibrant. You can also describe what people are doing. She is taking a photo. He is reading a newspaper. They are laughing together. The children are chasing pigeons. By describing actions, you practice verbs and sentence structure, which helps your speaking and thinking flow smoothly. If you are in a museum, you can think, "The artist is painting. The visitors are looking at the art. The guide is explaining the history. I am taking notes." All these small practices combined strengthen your ability to express actions and observations in English. Another useful habit is to ask yourself small questions in English throughout the day. For example, what should I do next? What will I eat for dinner? Where am I going now? How do I feel about this? These questions keep your mind engaged in English and help you practice useful question forms naturally. You can also answer them simply, "It is time to go." "I will eat noodles. I'm going to the market. I feel excited." This back and forth creates an active thinking process that closely resembles real conversation. When you are reading something in your own language, you can try to mentally translate small parts into English. For example, if you read a sentence about someone discovering a new place, you can think in English. He is discovering a new place today. They will explore together. They are talking about their journey. Even simple translations like these help you build the habit of quickly switching between languages without stress. It's also useful to practice giving instructions in English in your mind. For example, if you are packing a bag, you can think, first I fold the clothes. Now I put them in the suitcase. I add my toiletries. I zip the bag. It is ready to go. This step-by-step thinking reinforces your ability to explain processes clearly in English, which is a very valuable communication skill. Another advanced way to think naturally in English is to express your opinions about things you experience during the day. For example, after visiting a landmark, you can think, I liked that landmark. The architecture was beautiful. The history was fascinating. The view was breathtaking. Or if you read a local review, you can think, that was an interesting review. I agree with the writer. It made me think about the local cuisine. Giving opinions helps you create deeper and more complex thoughts, which is important for higher levels of fluency. When you are talking to people in your own language, you can sometimes pause and ask yourself, how would I say that in English? For example, if someone says, I will meet you at the cafe, you can think in English, I will meet you at the cafe. If someone says, the food is delicious, you can think, the food is delicious. This habit helps you connect your real-life experiences with English naturally and prepares you for similar conversations in English later. It's important to remember that you don't have to speak out loud to practice thinking in English. Silent thinking is just as powerful. You can do it anywhere, at home, on the bus, in the park, or while waiting in line. The key is to keep your mind active and make English a regular part of your internal world. Over time, this habit will grow stronger, and you will notice that English comes to you more quickly and smoothly. Let's try another practice example together. Imagine you are at a local artisan workshop. You can think, I am in a workshop. The tools are on the table. I see handmade crafts. It smells like wood and paint. I watch the artisan working. The details are intricate. There is soft music playing. People are browse quietly. The artisan is explaining the process. I decide to buy a small sculpture. I walk to the counter. I pay for the item. I leave the shop and feel inspired. This kind of clear and detailed thinking trains all parts of your English: vocabulary, sentences, verbs, and real-life expressions. If you practice these techniques regularly, you will create a powerful habit of thinking in English naturally. It will make your speaking faster, your listening sharper, and your confidence stronger. Remember, every time you describe something, plan something, or express an idea in English, even silently, you are improving. Keep going. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey of making English a natural part of your thoughts every day. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you found this lesson helpful and that you're now ready to start thinking in English naturally every day. Remember, the more you practice these simple habits, the faster your fluency and confidence will grow. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep going step by step, and you will see great results. If you enjoyed this lesson and want more helpful English learning videos like this, make sure you subscribe to English Everyone and press the bell icon so you never miss an episode. We upload a new English lesson every day to help you improve faster. Also, if you have any questions or want to share your progress, feel free to write in the comments below. I always enjoy hearing from you, and I am here to support your English journey. That's all for today's lesson. Take care, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next video.